It's just
Do we want to say shout out Chatterbox again then? Bang, bang, bang.
Well, not specifically. I mean, shout out the Chatterbox Studios anyway.
It says it on that reel thing there.
Well, I was going to say, I want to do it this way, but it's the wrong way around. I'm left-handed. But we never done this before.
Done what?
Lights, camera, action.
Oh, that was loud, wasn't it?
Well, that's the whole point.
It's harsh on the ears.
That's the whole point. The mic picks it up, and I'll sync the audio and the video for that.
No, what is that? What that's there for?
That's the whole point.
Of them.
And so when you look at the start of the clip, you know what each clip refers to. Because think about it, when people have just a bunch of clips, they want to know right from the start of the clip, oh, this is about this.
Ah.
This refers to scene 1 or scene 2.
That's sick.
What else? It's pretty cool to have about.
Is it? Yeah. Today is Friday.
Tonight on Love Island.
Oh, that was good. No, it was. Say it again.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying again if it was good.
His voice is a pet peeve.
I can do Scottish pretty well, but I can't really do like Geordie or.
You can't do Australian either. You tried earlier and it was fucking shit.
I'm all right Australian. It was just bad in that instance. We should do an accents pod. Leave it for the accents pod. Yeah.
What's your favourite accent? Like to impersonate? Because you say I sound
to impersonate or to listen to.
To listen to.
I like a bit of Scottish. I like a bit of Northern Irish.
Scottish. ASMR's decent in Scottish.
Is it?
Not that I've ever listened to it.
I'm trying to refrain from doing more accents. I feel like we just got to get on to it, you know?
So, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
welcome back to episode 8. Oh my god, 8. Yeah.
We made it. Past
we made
7.
it. We're top of the league, top half of the league.
Top half.
Get in. No, it is exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Because did you think, oh, it's just a fad and it'll end up like fucking off, like, or did you think, oh, actually, yeah, this is good. This is staying.
No, I thought it was staying.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Because like it is for me like a massive personal passion. Like,
yeah.
If there's any chance of it even grown like to like 1,000 people, like to me that is so good.
Yeah.
Because if we ever do episodes again on like mental health and shit, and anybody can listen, and it helps even one half of a person. Oh, look at the violin.
Lovely message.
But yeah, this is episode 8. We've took you'll sort of realise going forward who's in charge of which episode. So obviously Sam's the big.
Well, you're the ideas guy mainly, right?
Yeah, but like I feel like a lot of the serious episodes
are
very Sam driven.
Yeah.
Whereas
I want to talk about the global birth rate decline.
Yeah.
Where the Jack is more like we talk about people pissing me off at ASDA.
Yeah. And I
get you.
Yeah. But I think that's good because I do enjoy a nice deep conversation. Yeah. But
and vice versa.
We're going to get deep into some really big issues in this episode.
Ooh.
This is a very, very serious episode. So the theme is something overrated or is it underrated? And then, if possible, we can add it's absolutely perfect. It doesn't need to change.
Because there's things like drinking water. This is actually a bad example. This is what I thought of before. Drinking water is obviously not underrated or it's really good.
I think it's underrated.
It's really good, but nobody's going to say it's overrated.
People who've drank too much of it would. But Africans would say, oh, it's underrated, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's not the best one, but...
Terrible example.
No. My point is, yeah, there will be things that are just rated exactly how they should be. So we need to also classify them.
The format we have and the format we're using is we've got a random wheel generator. If you can see on the laptop there, that's got 513 things that are just random. So
Did you come up with all 513 of these yourself?
ChatGPT helped with 512 of them.
To
but
an extent.
I've been through and I've took out duplicates and like whittled down ones that weren't really relevant, because when I asked, it was giving me a lot of like scenarios and stuff, but that's not where we wanted to go with it. We could do another episode on like how we'd feel in scenarios and how we deal with scenarios.
Yeah.
So
This is quite a mix of
honestly,
things,
there's some mad shit in there, like literally mad
scenarios.
shit. So I'm just gonna
Literally.
start. So I'm recording my screen now, so Sam can put these in the edit.
Yeah.
So the first,
should we
do you?
should we rotate between? So you're always going to say them out, but shall I
Unless I
answer one
stutter.
first and then you answer the next one first?
Yeah, I think let's just see what it spits out, and then we can chat about it.
Yeah.
And then there's no real format, but I feel like it's a big. There's a lot of things that I think might cause a bit of debate.
Yeah.
But please.
Yeah. No, this isn't going to be just quick fire.
Yeah.
Say
Some of them
say
might
what
be.
it is and then move on.
There's a few in here that
We'll talk about it.
one of them's sleeping, and to me that's just completely underrated because it's sleeping. Everybody needs it.
Yeah.
Might be quick fire.
Yeah.
Right. On that note, let's get going.
Let's get
If I
right
stutter as
into
well,
it.
Sam can do it. So first one, we're spinning the wheel, ladies and gents. What have we got? It's back to front. I can't read it.
Lovely.
The smell of new books. I think this is incredibly underrated. When you open a new book and you get the waft of the paper, do you not think? It's a bit sensual, isn't it?
A bit what?
Sensual. Like,
Right. Okay.
do you think sexual? Writing on the books. Nah, I just think it's... I feel like I can relate to it with a lot of normal paper as well. You know, like
Yeah.
when you first open a printer and you've got the smell of paper.
Yeah, to an extent. I more like the feel of running through the pages of a new book. I don't.
What, like
I
flicking
feel like
through them?
I feel like it's quite rated. This smell,
Well, let's say...
and I don't feel like it's particularly underrated.
well,
if that makes
why
sense.
don't we say the sensation of a new book instead
Okay.
of the smell?
Yeah.
Because I think in you getting a new book and everything that comes with it
Hmm.
is like exciting. You want to get into the story. You're smelling the pages. Do you know what I mean?
You're sniffing the pages.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
You've got a new bookmark you want to use. Are you a big reader?
That's the thing. I don't buy that many books.
Kindles are about, aren't they?
Yeah, and yeah.
The smell of a second-hand book isn't as nice. Just saying.
Well, no, this is exactly that's the point. It's new books.
So
And-
I'm gonna say underrated because I feel like books are a dying art, and I think they are good to have because
yeah.
I like physical of everything. Like what I
Yeah,
said
that's
in the
a different
previous-
question to
Right,
the sensation of the new book.
right.
That's just books itself.
So what are we saying?
Well, we don't have to agree. I think they're rated perfectly fine. I don't think they're particularly underrated, but you think they are, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
a book is a big. And when I'm saying books, I mean like a proper, lovely, like hardback. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not like a one where the spine's all creased and like I can appreciate a
No.
proper nice new book.
a fresh book.
The smell as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say underrated.
Okay. Cool.
Do we keep a tally or do we just
Nah, let's just
go with the flow?
can always
So the
tally it
next
up in
one,
the edit if we want
ladies
to.
and gentlemen, we're flinging around now. We've got. Oh, this one's a shit one. Gaming on your phone.
We can skip it if you think it's shit.
No, let's just quickfire. Overrated. However,
Overrated, I'd agree.
I do play a lot of solitaire.
But I'm not a gamer at all, so this gaming in general I think would be overrated. But
What about like Sudokus and shit like that though? Like
it's not gaming.
I'm like an old man and I sit and do Sudokus and like word searches and solitaire on
That's-
my phone.
That's good. Yeah,
But is
that's
that
not
like,
gaming. That's just puzzles.
So are you taking gaming as like Fortnite on your phone and shit like that?
Yeah, like something that would be classed
Candy
as
Crush.
Like Clash of Clans or something on
Right.
your phone.
So let's say overrated then. I'm going for overrated.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck gaming on the phones. However, Xbox have that thing now where you can play any game on the phone now. It's a cloud, isn't it? Yeah.
And you'd like that, would you?
Oh,
You just said it was
this
overrated.
one's a bit of a rogue one. Volunteer work. Overrated for me personally.
It's got to be underrated.
How? You're not getting paid?
Yeah, well, we're talking about the actual work. Exactly, you're doing good.
No, but is it good?
Well, it depends.
Good to someone, but it's not for you, is it?
Where does your brain go to when you think, like, what do you think they're doing? A volunteer?
Well, it depends what the volunteering at, doesn't it?
Yeah, but what has entered your brain to make you think overrated?
Lackey.
What's that?
Like
English, please.
volunteers always get all the shite. Like the shit jobs.
Like,
Packing food into boxes, the previous ones I've done.
right, so feeding people that are hungry.
No, but
That's
that's
bad
not what it
work,
is
is
it? It's all the manual shit slog. Like, I'd happily volunteer to, like, I don't know. I just think sometimes it's overrated.
So when we're volunteering at Fair Share, you actually don't like that?
I mean, it's not top of my list.
Well, do you think it's good work?
What do you mean, good work?
Like,
Good, honest work?
good, honest work?
Well,
Yeah, like the meme.
not really. Because there's probably better ways of doing it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
No, not really.
I get helping people.
Volunteers are good.
They are,
People
yeah.
that are willing to work for a good cause for free.
Yeah, but who wants to work for free? That's not how people do things.
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. So if I worked my full life for free, I wouldn't have a house. I wouldn't have an home. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there's two perspectives here. There's, is the work good?
Overrated.
And is the person getting something out of it? Which is not.
Yeah,
I think more this perspective of the fact that people are willing to do the work for free because it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, but I'm all
And therefore it's underrated.
I'm all for helping people.
Are
And
you?
it's appreciated. Sometimes with corporate volunteering and volunteering work, you're just another number. I'd happily like volunteer and walk dogs if I knew that an old lady was suffering with dogs and she had dogs that weren't getting walked because like she'd appreciate that firsthand.
So are you saying if you, in the corporate volunteering, are you saying you would want to get paid?
No, pay me in kindness and love and happiness. Do you know what I mean? It's some more so the like big corporate companies don't need volunteers. UNICEF don't need volunteers.
Well, they're a not-for-profit organisation, so they probably do.
Yeah, but we pay enough in charities and shit.
You don't pay anything, mate, by the sounds of it.
Absolutely, I don't. For this specific reason.
That's why they got volunteers, because people like you won't donate to pay them.
Yeah, because
So you're actually forcing them to volunteer.
no, they earn enough to pay people to do those jobs.
Have you looked at the financial statements?
No, but people shouldn't have to volunteer. There's enough cash in companies to pay people to do them roles. That's my point.
How do you know that? I don't think there is.
The amount we raise for UNICEF every year, and
Yeah, but-
you're saying there's not enough cash that they earn to pay somebody
We raise.
minimum wage to
You're not raising that.
lift shit into a skip. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Instead of paying-
that money should be going to the people that need it,
Instead
not
of
the
paying
workers.
directors fucking however much to sit on their fat asses doing nothing.
Right, let's move on.
Overrated.
Let's move on. I feel like we're not getting anywhere.
Overrated. But I appreciate your...
Underrated.
I appreciate it. Let's just bleep my overrated and you'll say underrated every time I say overrated.
If I can be bothered
Avocados.
to do that in the edit, I'll do it.
This next one is avocados, ladies and gents.
Hella underrated.
I'm going to say underrated. I feel like
Yeah.
you cannot beat a nice slice of sourdough with a slight spread on, a bit of pepper, avocado,
Salt,
but chopped,
lemon juice.
cubed, avocado laid nicely, poached egg.
Yeah, it's one of the finest things.
I feel like it's such
Ever.
a nice lunch.
Yeah.
Even brunch,
Like
breakfast.
brunch, breakfast.
I'd have it for tea.
Yeah. Hey, I'd have it every day.
But I feel like it's such an underrated food that isn't added enough to meals. Like I've been watching loads of like healthy recipe TikToks and stuff, and a lot of people that make chicken wraps and put avocados in.
Yeah.
And it's something I've never ever thought about like adding to like a chicken wrap.
Yeah, and it works well with
feel like I'd
things
really
like
enjoy it,
halloumi,
yeah.
chicken. But it's a healthy fat. So it's a fruit, but you're also getting your healthy fats in there. Like it's just good for you.
Yeah.
I can't remember all the nutritional value that's in it, but
So what about
it's good and it tastes good.
what about
So you're doing
guac?
good
Would you eat
and
guac?
tasting good. Yeah.
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 But that's not as healthy as it because
I
it's
mean-
got added shit in.
Well, yeah, it depends where. Oh, I was thinking more from like a homemade point of view, but like
So how do you make guac?
you literally like smashed avocado, lemon juice, tomatoes, red onion. That's literally it, I think.
Oh, so it is still healthy then.
It's not. Yeah, it's not something I make myself.
Yeah.
But
It's a
it's easily done.
top tier fruit though, an avocado.
Yeah. There's nothing else really like it.
Consistency as well, there's nothing really. Kiwis probably the closest you get.
The texture. Kiwis aren't even like. Kiwis are more like other fruits. The texture of an avocado is just different.
Aye.
Yeah.
And it's mad because it's such a savoury thing, but it's actually a fruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Top tier.
Yeah.
I feel like
Good
that's
point.
the top of...
Yeah. Like, you wouldn't go adding salt on, like, your banana and apples.
Nah. But you'd put salt and pepper, maybe some sriracha sauce, you know what I mean?
Lovely. We're agreed.
That was a good one.
We're agreed.
Or chili flakes on the top.
Yeah.
That is the standard, I think that's the bar
Yeah.
for underrated at
Yeah.
the moment, avocados.
Yeah.
Because they are good.
I'd like to know how many avocados people eat a week.
feel like
I eat two.
Two.
I don't know, but it's not enough.
What's the best way to store them? Because do you put them in the fridge? Because then if you put them in the fridge, they end up too like hard and not ripe enough. But then if you leave them out the fridge, they don't last that long. And if
I leave them out the fridge because they get eaten pretty quickly. So I'm
so
not
are
worried
you
about.
eating a full one at a time, or do you have half and then half and then half and then half?
No, I'll eat a full one at a time.
Yeah.
So I'll have two bits of toast. So half on one, half on the other bit of toast. So in one sitting, one
just avocado.
And eggs as well.
Is this for your tea?
No. It's for my weekend.
Right.
No. I'd be honest there. Well, I wouldn't tell you in the first place.
Would you have avocado?
This
for tea,
is
though?
what I have for brunch on the weekend.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So it's just a weekend
So
treat.
do you shop on a Friday then to get?
On a Saturday morning.
So yeah. Then you'll have them when you come back.
Yeah.
Oh, cool beans, man. The next one is Liverpool,
Ooh.
the city,
Okay. Well,
not the football club.
okay.
It's Liverpool, the city,
Just
as a
the
city.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
not the
say-
accent.
No,
just the city.
Liverpool. I'm going to say... This one's a tough one because I've been and I really enjoyed my time there. But I do feel like people hype it up more than what it is.
Really?
With the whole, like, because the Beatles were born there, I feel like everybody licks its ass. But it's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'd probably say this is one of the only ones I'd put in, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
I think I would agree. So I've only been to Liverpool once, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I think there's some similarities between Liverpool and Newcastle. Like it's a pretty like traditional working class town, and it's still city. Sorry, and it's still fairly small. You know, it's not as big as like a Manchester. Obviously, it's still fairly small. You've got nice places within it, but I don't think, and I think everybody likes it. But it's not. So it's not particularly underrated. I think it's perfectly rated.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and Purple-Aki's from there.
Legend.
Aye. So,
Shout out if you're listening.
But yeah, I'd say it is what it is. Like, it's very just. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we happy with that?
Happy? Yeah. Move on.
This is strange, Sam. We're both agreeing with everything, aren't we?
Well, only the last two.
Other than volunteers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next one we've got watching TV whilst eating. So, like, making scran and obviously putting something on while you're eating. So I'm going to say underrated, but it's purely from, like, an ADHD brain. Like, I need something to be on while I'm doing something as like background noise.
Okay, is this you're sat at a dinner table and watching the TV, or is this you sat on the sofa with your tea, eating on the sofa? Nice, no, because it's very different.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Like if I'm at the dinner table and me and Neve are sitting down eating a meal, we'll often like watch something on the iPad whilst we're chatting. Like
yeah,
but we'd also,
that's fine.
We'd also sit in the front room with our tea.
Yeah, I can't get on board with sitting on the sofa.
You're not a fan?
And eating. Not really. It's just, I think it's a bit weird.
What, have you never done that ever? What about
No. I've done it.
It's
just you need a proper tray and everything, and you're sort of hunched.
You don't. You could.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
You have to put it on a cushion or something.
No, you just hold it.
What, like hold it in one hand and scoop with the other?
Yeah.
But what if you need two hands? Like.
Then you'd sit at the table.
Okay.
There's rules, Sam.
Well, that's my point.
Fair play.
Just sit at the table.
I get. Yeah.
I heard this story of like there was a couple, and like young, and one of them, when as a family they'd always sit on the sofa, and eat. Like every single time they'd sit on the sofa to eat their food in front of the TV, and like apparently he went over to like his girlfriend's and like automatically like took his food and sat down on the sofa, and he just said like he just thought it was so weird like sitting at a dinner table to eat with everyone else.
Oh no,
weird, isn't it?
I think it's nice, but I do think it is dying out, dinner tables.
I don't think it's dying out.
I think it is.
I don't know.
Like I love the fact of like when I'm older being able to come home and all of us have tea at the same time. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at a table.
Yeah.
Or not.
I think it depends on what you're eating and what the occasion is. Like, but if you're coming home after shopping and it's like a Friday night, you're just putting like a daft pizza in the oven. Eating it on the couch isn't really a big deal.
Yeah.
But if you're having like a full Sunday roast, it's a bit like untidy, having like Yorkshires and mashing that all over your couch, like.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'd say underrated because I feel like I need it. I need something there to watch TV whilst I'm eating, or music or anything.
Yeah.
But I get why you'd say it was probably overrated because you don't need it. Like
no, I wouldn't say. I was just talking about the sitting, like where you're sitting, the actual thing of sitting, and it depends. Because first of all, if you're by yourself, definitely you need something on. It's just if you're with your family, do you not want to talk to your family and you just want to focus on, or do you just have to have it in the background all the time?
If it was like
you're talking,
yeah, like I'd have it on low though. Like if I was having like a family meal, I'd have like music on, but like at like volume 1 or something.
Music, okay. It's a bit different to TV,
or even like the news or something, just on low. I don't know. I think it's just my comfort.
Yeah.
So then,
I mean, in my family house, like we didn't have a TV in the room.
Yeah.
Like, but often, like, if people were eating later, they come into the living room and sit and eat in front of the TV. But I think if you're there, if your whole family's there, and you're going to be talking, and you're just going to have it as background noise, I think you might as well just switch it off.
Yeah, just wasting lucky.
Yeah.
So what do you think the split is?
So I think it's fine. I think it's not overrated or underrated.
What do you think the split is between households that eat in front of the telly versus at a table? Like nowadays? Do you think it's more prevalent people eating in front of the TV on like sofas? Because if you look at like
I think it's still got to be in the minority, the people eating on the sofas.
Oh, I don't think so.
You think it's more than 50?
I think
most people
more eat on sofas, yeah. Just
really?
Because of how hectic everybody's life is at the minute, like now.
But how does that mean you can't go and sit at the table?
Because I feel like people want to come home and just sit. Like they don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of people would see cooking a meal and sitting at the table as like a regimented thing.
Yeah, but then it makes it better once you finish to then lie down on the sofa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it makes that better.
Yeah, yeah. It's a strange one.
When I'm editing this, I'll look it up and I'll see if there's any stats on it.
Would you stick the stat on?
Yeah.
'Cause that's interesting.
Yeah, I can put that in post. Yeah.
Because I feel like it is it's either or, isn't it? Like you either do that or you either do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's such a thing you don't really think of.
Okay.
So I'm saying underrated, but that's just because I need it.
Yeah.
You saying it is what it is?
Yeah, it's not very specific, so I'm saying it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Shopping. As in, like, clothes shopping. Like, actually physically going out to a shop. For me, the most overrated thing in the world.
Yeah.
Especially now that online's here and you can return and size guides and everything. Like, you don't need to try it on anymore.
If you know your exact size, if you found an item online and you know it's going to fit you, or even, this is the thing, even if you know, or even if you're not sure if it's going to fit you, you've got a free returns policy on most things nowadays where you can buy it. If it doesn't fit, send it back for free.
100%.
Therefore, I think you should absolutely just be shopping online.
Yeah.
I get it's more of a male thing to just, you know, whether women will like going into different shops and looking about and trying things, whether I'm more like, I want to have a clear idea in my head of what I want, find it, buy it, done.
What about the thing though when people say like things look different when you see them in person?
I don't believe it. And then if you've ordered something thinking, oh, that looks good, and then in person it doesn't, well, you can just send it back anyway.
Like in the past, I've cropped my face on,
and you can just say it doesn't fit.
I've cropped my face on to like the model, just so I can see my face would suit it. Yeah,
actually?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Does that work? Are your Photoshop skills that good?
No, it was like a Snapchat face cut, and I just put it on.
What?
Like,
was that because of your skin tone, like the skin tone of the model, and how that would work?
Yeah, like different, like on ASOS all the time. Like you see, like greens, like pastel greens, and that are always with like darker coloured skinned men.
Really?
Because I feel like the colours pop more with that type of complexion.
Whereas
a pale white Caucasian man with a nice pastel green, it wouldn't flow as well, I don't think.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, and the rise of vintage and stuff, like I feel like you don't have to go and buy new. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes. Yeah, because you're not doing that in person.
2/3 of my outfit is from vintage, shoes and jumper. So it's like
he's not wearing anything underneath.
No, actually, yeah, half then because I got t-shirt or duds of 2/5. Socks are actually new, so 2/6. So
thrilling content. Let's say overrated.
I'm saying overrated massively.
Yeah.
Like especially, but then for things like big purchases, car, you want to go and see it. Or like home shopping for homeware. Yeah. I'd want to go and see it. Like couches.
Yeah.
Decor, like shit like that.
Yeah, that's stuff you can't just easily order and send back for free.
Yeah,
like this. Yeah, that's a different realm.
Same as food shopping though, mate. Like I'm not a big like order online groceries. I'd rather go and see what I'm getting.
Really?
Mainly for like fruit and veg and like knowing that it looks nice. You know what I mean? Like it's not bruised, it's not fucked. Like I can choose. So then if I've chosen that and it's fucked, it's my fault. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for me, if it's because as is just round the corner from me, it doesn't make any sense to order online. Yeah. And they can always throw in substitutes of things.
That's what I don't get, you know.
Whether the time of day I go, that it's fully stacked, you know.
Yeah, like the swaps are mad shit, like don't they? Like, have you heard the stories of the swaps?
Nah.
I'm certain.
I've not. I ordered online for a bit when I was in Jesmond. I've not had any horrendous ones.
I'm certain like someone had ordered like paracetamol and they sent them like some wine instead or something. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's mental. Like, they just fling shit in. Like, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
That's mental.
Next is Camels, the animal.
I've not been on one.
I don't think
I've seen one in Egypt.
How the massive though, aren't they?
Not really got an opinion on them.
I can't imagine it's comfortable to ride either. Them humps don't look like they have enough space in between for the old meat and veg.
I think mad ratings though for carrying all the water in the humps.
I can imagine it being cramped for the meat and veg, though.
Oof.
You'd have a sore ass sitting on that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I can imagine it's spiny as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Are we thinking about the animal or the human experience of riding a camel?
Everything.
Okay.
They spit at you as well. And the breath
Like
stinks.
Jamie Carragher.
Is he?
I think, is that not llamas? Llamas
Are they
spit
not
at
the
you.
same family thing? Or?
I think it's more of a llama alpaca thing
Yeah.
to spit at you. But I might be wrong. They could spit.
I'm
sure they could.
hitting all of these negatives, but I'm going to say underrated for purely the amount of... They're technically volunteering their life to take people backwards and forwards.
But you
They're
don't even
an
like
animal
volunteering.
taxi. Yeah, but they don't have a choice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're forced into it.
Maybe they enjoy it.
I can't imagine so.
What about just natural
Would you rather
camels
eat
like
camel?
roaming around? I think their ability to survive in the desert is quite underrated.
What do they eat? Is that why the water's stored in the humps, so they stay hydrated?
Yeah.
But how are they eat? Like
'Cause they
drinking
can
the
go-
water from the humps?
Can you Google it? Oh, there's no Wi-Fi. I was thinking, how many days?
Stick it in the edit.
Yeah, how many? Question here: how many days can a camel go without water? Because I think it's quite a lot. Obviously, that's what sort of how they're designed.
Can humans drink camel water? Why is it funny?
What's camel water?
Like the water that's stored in the humps.
It's just water, isn't it?
Yeah, but would you want to drink it?
Camel water.
No, I'm thinking if I'm stuck in the Sahara, there's me and a camel. The camel's not surviving longer. If I need water, I'm going to be drinking the fuck out of that hump. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, underrated camels. I think camels are a superb animal that and don't get enough credit. I don't think,
Yeah, they do a good
especially
job.
off the Egyptians. They just take advantage and don't appreciate them.
Yeah.
Next one, we've got rice cakes. I'm going completely underrated.
I think I used to eat them back in the day. I think
With fish.
overrated. Yeah, good one.
Overrated.
They're just
Do you not
they're
think...
just nothing really.
Yeah, but they've got so much, like, adaptability.
How?
You could have a plain one with peanut butter and apple on. You could have a chocolate one. You could have, like, a sweet chili one. Sweet and savoury. You've got low calories. Decent for festivals.
Festivals.
Yeah, man.
Some people
Home
are hammering
bag
the
and
pints, and you're
No,
out there.
like, I mean, for,
you're out
like-
there eating rice cakes.
No, I mean, they're a good soaker of alcohol if you're at a festival.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is that not what you don't want? What
Well,
you don't want at a
Not
festival?
if you're there for 4 days, mate. You're going to be fucking dead if you don't have a rice cake.
There's got to be better hangover foods than the rice cake.
Yeah, but ones you don't have to heat, you can just scran. They taste nice.
Just get crisps. It's normal
No, because
crisps.
crisps aren't as healthy.
If you're drinking loads, you're not concerned about your health for 4 days, are you?
Well, people might be.
I just think they're the backing
I've
track.
seen a lot of
They're-
people-
Sure, they're a good base, but they're not a good main character. You know, you would have it with, as you
Yeah,
say,
but-
peanut butter and stuff.
To live in the world, not everybody needs to be a main character. Every story has extras, don't they? So
So true.
I'm going to say underrated. I think they're a staple.
I think you can be perfectly happy going your life without them.
No, especially
just
Snacker Jack.
they're
the
nothing.
wonderfully chocolatey rice cakes.
Oh, no.
Snacker Jack.
Not sweet.
No, yeah, man. I'm all over
We'll
them.
disagree on this.
I don't think I like the ones that are like salted with a layer of chocolate on. Nah.
Like, do you like salted caramel? Because I actually do, which is
Probably
weird.
not.
Yeah.
Why is it weird that you like salted caramel?
Well, because I was
It's
saying
salty and you
because
like salty stuff.
I was saying I don't see the point of chocolate rice cakes, like the sweet and the savoury.
You like a salted caramel one.
Not rice cake, but the flavour in general.
What about just plain salted? I feel like
Yeah, if I was having a rice cake, I'd just have a plain
What
salted
about a
one.
plain salted crisp?
Don't really see the point.
What in ready salted?
Yeah.
God, uncultured swine.
Get some flavour in there.
No, because I feel like ready salted is just such a underrated flavour. We're not talking. Oh, mate, that's on this list. So if it comes up, we're going to have a debate.
Well, no, it's come up now. We'll say it.
It hasn't. No, because we've got rice cakes.
Well, we don't have to listen to the wheel. We can have a conversation off the fly.
No, mate. Ready salted are the most. Like.
Why?
They're just Moorish. Like. So subtle, but so like. I don't know. Taste
I just think it's a waste.
Nah. So
if you're going to have a crisp, get some flavour on it.
So what's your go-to flavour? Then what you say, like Texas barbecue or like Worcester sauce? Cheese and onion.
It's a bit mean.
What do you like?
No, prawn cocktail would be my go-to.
Yeah. What about smoky bacon?
Worcestershire sauce, actually.
Worcestershire.
Worcester sauce?
Worcester.
Yeah,
Worcestershire
sauce. Yeah, I knew I was saying so. No, Worcester sauce is good as well.
Never had them. He's like a rogue one.
A McCoy's Sizzling King prawn or a prawn cocktail is really good.
Not a fan of McCoy's King prawn.
You're not?
McCoy's beef. Oh, get in my belly. The paprika ones are nice as well.
Right. Are these all better than ready salted?
No, because I feel like ready salted is just your staple, like ease. Everybody likes it. If you're having a party,
which is why it's overrated.
Crisps, no,
nah. If you're having
a party,
if I go over to a party and they have ready salted crisps,
you're going home.
I'm going home.
No, so sometimes if I'm having like a barbecue or like if we have a barbecue in the future, I'll get cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, ready salted, and just mix them all in the same bowl.
Okay. Ooh. Throwing people off. It's
well,
a bit,
no,
I like that because it's a bit of a lottery.
Yeah. I like the fact you like, but then you can tell looking at a crisp what flavour it is, I think. A Walker's crisp, absolutely.
Really?
Do you not think?
No way, they're all the same. They all look the same.
If you opened a Walker's cheese and onion, Walker's ready salted and Walker's salt and vinegar, I could tell you what flavour's which based on...
Absolute rubbish.
100%.
Really?
Cheese and onions darker. Yeah.
We're gonna have to test this
and
live.
Salt and vinegar are more see-through. I swear down, mate, we'll try.
And ready salt is in the middle.
Ready salted's just the last one that's not either of them.
Okay.
We'll try it.
I don't hate it. Yeah. We'll do it.
So what we're saying, rice cakes? Good, bad?
Oh, we're going back to rice cakes now.
Happy.
I thought we were fully on ready salted.
I'm going underrated rice cakes. Shit, the laptop's going to die.
So I think we're... Oh, you've got your charger, haven't you? So I think we're on rice cakes and ready salted crisps. I'm saying both overrated and you're both saying underrated.
The next one, Samuel. Oh, wait up. The noise is on. Shit. Treating your pet like a human. I'm going to say...
In what sense?
Like, talking to her, like, oh, come on then. And like...
But that's not like a human. Maybe like a baby. Like if you're talking to it in a different... the high-pitched voice.
Or like when you speak to it as if it's like... as if it lands, yeah? Excuse me, hiccup.
Okay, so talking to...
Like, are we then? Yeah. Are we get some tea? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's fine.
Biscuits. I think it just is what it is. Like, I don't think it's
because you're authentically communicating in your way to the animal, just because it doesn't understand.
But it might understand.
Yeah. So it could read like your tone of voice, like it would just know how you're feeling from things like that. Yeah, I think it's underrated. I think it's good. Yeah. I think it's underrated.
I'm on board with that.
Because some people out there might be like, what's the point? It's a dog. It doesn't understand you.
Well, it builds connection.
It doesn't speak your language. Yeah. So I think there could be people that out there that flat out don't rate it. So I say underrated.
I'm going to say it is what it is. It's just one of them things, isn't it? Next is Hollywood.
Oh, next is Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right, sorry.
As in like...
The place.
The place and the culture and what Hollywood is. I'm going to say overrated.
Okay. I've never been. What would you say the culture is?
It's just very dog-eat-dog and that, isn't it? A bit like... I feel like it's
And
stuck in the past.
everyone wants fame.
Yeah.
You feel like the movie LA,
it's a bit
like,
shallow,
mm,
and I don't think that type of stuff belongs in the world.
yeah,
Like, it's not really needed,
yeah. So it's not my thing.
especially when.
But I feel like a lot of people have this viewpoint though.
I feel like it was the bee's knees for films and stuff back
Mm.
in the day, but I feel like it's clinging on to what it was.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think, like, did you see Trump's thingy, that bill where he's taxing all foreign-made films because he thinks Hollywood needs, like, a revival, essentially.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But,
Do you think it will work?
I don't know, because, like, America doesn't have everything that companies need for films. Like, what happens if you're filming in, like, a Victorian church? You need to go to England, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Like, surely it depends on
good.
the film. Like, but overrated. Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not-
think it has the spin that it used to have either. Like, it's not as
Nah.
Hollywood. Like,
Yeah. No,
It's more like-
I totally agree.
I feel like back then it was like a thing that like everybody wanted to be a starlet. You want to be an actress, actor. Whereas now I feel like anybody's really asked.
Yeah, people are not bothered now as much.
Because I think
So I think overrated as well.
do you not think acting hasn't, obviously it does pay well, but like there's other jobs that like you could do that pay enough that you don't need to be an actor.
What? What?
So like,
Are you saying people should not want to be actors?
no, I feel like a lot of people, less people are wanting to be actors.
Oh, okay.
Just
Less people
because I
wanting
don't
to be
think it has
actors.
the sway that it used to.
Okay.
Like you could be like, I don't know, like a Sparky now and then, like over 100k, yeah. Like,
Like, so, and do you think that's fine? Like,
'Cause there's
less
just-
people want to be actors. That's fine.
I think less people want lots of money. Like,
You think less people want lots of money?
less people, no, more people are comfortable on like middle class wages. I don't feel like a lot of people strive for like the higher class salary anymore.
I think there's more people. I think there's, in recent times, there's more like hustle culture, like more like trying to
get to that level,
trying to like
though.
keep up with the Joneses and earn more and more.
Really?
I think yeah,
Not
massively.
like Kim K level, I'm talking.
Well, obviously not everyone wants to be a billionaire, but I think there's definitely people out there that want to be a millionaire. Definitely more.
But I don't think a millionaire is that really hard to achieve nowadays.
Yeah, like it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like
you
nowadays. It's
only
not. That
need to
much.
do like what? I'm saying this as if it's easy. It's still not easy, but like
No, like
there's
from
a
the
lot
ground
more
up.
millionaires than people realise, I think.
Yeah, the term millionaire as well. I don't really like because
Is it assets? Is it actual
Yeah.
physical cash?
It doesn't tell you, because some people could just own a house worth $1 million,
Yeah.
have no mortgage on it, but have like next to no cash and no income. But some people could own nothing, but have absolutely huge income, earning 10 million a year, but they're not a millionaire because
spend it.
they earn just less than $1 million a month, and they just spend it.
Yeah.
So they seem rich,
That's what I mean.
but they're not a
though.
millionaire. So it's a weird way to measure things.
I'm gonna say overrated for Hollywood.
Yeah. Let's move on from Hollywood.
Next one's
I agree,
trains.
overrated. What?
Trains. I'm gonna
Should
say.
we focus on the British train system?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we know. Oh, it's a tough one because everyone hates trains and they're quite expensive.
Nah.
But I like the train. I do. I want to say underrated because everybody hates on trains and how much they cost. But
It's such an easy way traveling though. Like,
Yeah.
it's not hard to book a train ticket and go somewhere.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think for me as well, I regularly, not that regularly, but like go do the Newcastle to London, which is 2 hours, 50 minutes,
Yeah.
straight down the country. It's an efficient route. There's not many stops. It's an enjoyable experience and a nice journey. I quite enjoy it.
I think the stuff that lets it down though is the whole like when the overcram and like if you're going to like from my experience like going to like York on a weekend or like a bank holiday, if there's some occasion happening, they cram any amount of people on trains and you literally can't move. You're like sardines. It's like the tube,
Yeah.
but for like 50 minutes to like an hour plus.
Mm.
And I don't think they're kept as well as they could be since they've been privatised.
Oh, really? You don't?
Like, look at Northern Rail, mate. Like, going home on that train tonight for you. Like, they are the scruffiest trains.
Yeah, no, yeah, Northern Rail is cheap as chips. It's quite different to LNER, where I think, you know, they stopping at London or right at the top in Edinburgh, they do give it a full clean. So I think most of the time it's very clean, but Northern Rail, no.
For context, Hartlepool to Newcastle is like £3 when Sam goes home.
Yeah, so it's a 53-minute train, which is pretty considerable, but it's only like £3, which is good.
Whereas,
but it's just a bit of a naff slow train, so you get what you pay for, kind of.
LNER to London is like £100 maybe, and that's like it is a lot nicer. Yeah, especially when you can get cheap first class tickets, and it's just nicer.
Yeah, it's cheaper than £100. Like the ones I've booked in for June. Obviously, I'm going off peak. I'm doing like Friday night and Thursday during the middle of the day. That was like £68 there and back.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's fine.
But it's not in the grand scheme.
And think about the alternatives as driving. You'd spend more than that on fuel, and you'd have to be focused for 7 hours each way. So, yeah,
I'm gonna say underrated. I feel like we take it for granted how easy a train is, but it's not the most pleasant experience sometimes. Yeah. So maybe then I'll say, yeah, it is what it is. Like it's
yeah. I think I'll go the same. I think it's fine. It's rated fine.
It is what it is. But if we didn't have them, I feel like it's a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like America could massively benefit from having a good train system, but they don't at all.
They have like Amtrak and that, don't they? But like that's more like that's like they do like overnight sleepers and shit. Like, and it goes from like New York to like Las Vegas. It's not so much like interrailing like they have in Europe and the UK. You know, where like you could go like
interrailing, popular.
Here to France on the train. Like that's mad.
Yeah.
Like, whereas in the States you probably can't go from Texas to fucking like Maine. Do you know what I mean?
Because in America it's so common to just do like a 20-hour road trip.
Yeah.
When they would literally massively benefit from trains. But I think the reason behind it is because like from a while ago, it's something to do with the petrol companies, or like the people that own the service stations, and getting their vote.
Really? Like unions and shit.
Something to do, with the fact that obviously by everybody going by car instead, people are going to buy petrol, and something about the petrol companies or the service stations. I'll look into that.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Because I think trains are they're used more than like, would you say it's the most used form of transport in the UK? Including like tubes, metros. Yeah.
It's weird because they are different, but
they're not, are they? No. They're the same. Like,
yeah.
It's still the same form of travel.
Yeah.
Carriage.
Well, it probably is then, because think all the people getting on the train into London and out. Yeah, it's more than buses, probably. Yeah.
We'll do one last one.
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Wrap up, yeah. And if this is good, by the way, we'll carry on, do another couple in another episode, or this last one is online life hacks.
Like some episodes, we could always, instead of Am I the Arsehole, throw in a few of these instead. Just throwing that out there.
That's a good one. So the last one is online life hacks. So like, you know, when you watch like videos and it's like, this life hack.
Yeah. It depends who they're coming from, but...
Should we do another one instead of this?
I think, yeah.
Because I feel like
let's finish on a... Yeah, let's finish on a
depends on the content, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
the next one is... Oh, fucking hell, it was Liverpool again. I mustn't have clicked remove. But yeah, like
You're telling me you got 500 things there, and
Just
it
pick
landed
Liverpool
on Liverpool
twice.
again.
Fake plants. This one's a good one. This one is a real good
Literally
one.
right there. Right there.
I'm going to say massively underrated because I feel like some of them look real and they do add a lot of like colour and like, what's the word? Style to your room.
Ambience.
Ambience, yes.
Is that actually what you're looking for?
Yeah, like without the stresses of having to constantly feed it, the chance of flies or insects on your plants, like
Yeah, if you haven't got to worry about going away on a holiday and it dying, or it dying at all.
and a lot of plants for pets and stuff, poisonous and shit, aren't they? So
Yeah, they might start like
eating
chewing the leaves.
yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they'd probably chew the plastic leaves on a fake one, to be honest. But
Yeah, but they wouldn't chew it off.
some dogs have big teeth. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but not that sharp.
I'm going. They're very versatile as well. Like especially if you buy like ivy and shit, you can stick it on your paneling, stick it on your bedroom, like hide wires with it. Like
Yeah.
it's very.
Because there's a lot of fake plants out there. I think underrated. I like them.
But-
And I understand the other argument of like, oh, but they're not real. Like,
Yeah.
the whole point of a
I don't
plant
wanna
giving
ta-
off this aesthetic is because it's a natural, real thing.
I don't want to take it away from plants though, because a lot of the,
I'm sure they're gutted.
a lot of plants
Well, they were.
have like very good like side effects. Like snake plants improve oxygen and CO2 and shit in the room, don't they?
Yeah.
So like, I see,
Yeah, you could be missing out on natural benefits of a real plant. Okay.
but I do think a fake plant's just a bit easier.
Yeah.
And you can get loads of them in IKEA,
Mm.
which is a godsend.
Yeah, lovely.
And they're
Yeah.
relatively light and just cheap to make, aren't they? So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the business of producing fake plants, but
if we
I
were,
assume they are. I assume they are pretty good to
we'd be making an absolute fortune if we were. But yeah, that was that episode.
underrated.
Let me know what you think, because yeah, that was good. I'm saying underrated as well.
Nice.
I think
Good.
they're a good aesthetic, aren't they? Especially like to add a bit of greenery. It makes you look a bit more planty and like a bit more like
Like you're a plant girly.
like you're in tune with nature. When actually
It
you're
can
not.
project this false image,
You've
which is
bought
great.
the most like bad thing for plants. How do I?
What are
zoom
you
out
What
on
are you
this?
looking at now?
I'm getting the Am I the Arsehole up.
Lovely, fantastic. Right,
Welcome back to Am I the Arsehole?
fantastic, Jack. Thank you very much.
Match.
This one, am I the arsehole for asking my husband what he expected after our daughter, 3-year-old female girl, asked him when he was going home? My husband travels for work and regularly works long hours, so our children don't see him every day and sometimes go weeks without seeing him in person. We had a fight over it recently, so he's been home a lot more. Our daughter asked him yesterday when he was going home, or when he was coming home, I think. She's 3.
No.
Huh?
I think the daughter's saying, when are you going home? As if you're never here, you don't live here. When are you actually going again? That's what I think it's
Well, as
about.
in her home is not his home.
As in the kid doesn't realise that it's his home because he's hardly ever there.
No, I think the kid realises
I don't know.
at
That's
3
what
years
I'm
old.
getting from that.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll continue then. So, I'll pick up. Our daughter asked him yesterday when he was going home. She's 3 and she's convinced herself that he doesn't live with us and he only visits sometimes. So, you were correct there. And he only visits sometimes.
Apologise.
And he only visits sometimes because he isn't here every day, like I am. My husband was upset, especially since he couldn't convince her that he really did live here. And he brought it up before we went to bed because he felt I should have done more to make her realise he did live here and he couldn't always be home because he was working. I asked him what did he expect, and he said I was kicking him while he was already down. He's also blaming me partly for the situation because I'm the reason we don't live in the same city as his job's headquarters. Sorry. Because I'm the reason we don't live in the same city as his job's headquarters. And he's been angry with me all day. That's it. So this is from the perspective, like the person writing this is the woman.
So this might be the first one where I think she's the arsehole. Purely because she should have been instilling in the kids that dad wants to be home. But he can't be because he's doing this for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and for it to say, what do you expect? Like, he's fucking flogging his ass off away from his kids, well, in respectively the best years of their life, like, so that he can earn enough to provide for you who's, like, not really respecting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And presumably he's doing this job where he works long hours and travels because presumably it's a good job that pays a lot to provide for the family. So there's obviously he doesn't want to. He would like to. I'm guessing.
And what about
it's a tough one? He would like to spend more time with his kids, probably, and especially given this situation he's in, where his daughter doesn't even think he really lives there, and he's just a visitor. He's just got the visitor pass and going around.
And is Will Wise and the mum encouraging like FaceTime her dad or like speak to her dad every night prior to bed? Like...
No. So she says the children don't see him every day and go weeks without seeing him in person.
Oh,
so it assumes they are FaceTiming, but in terms of in person, it will be weeks.
Well, why isn't she going to his city on like a day trip with the kids for the weekend and just saying, let's go and see dad? You know what I mean? Like,
what, and the kids think, oh, here's his real home. It doesn't really help the issue.
But at 3, you're not stupid. Like, you'd understand, like, daddy has to work away. You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like...
I don't know. I feel like at 3 you could be stupid and that'd be fine.
If he's been working away through the full length of time and the mum's been persistent in like communicating with the kid where the dad is, why he's away. Obviously, this is his home, but he has to work hard, so he goes away for them. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they'd have any issue. I feel like because the mum's the one spending the most time with the kid, they're getting most of their opinions and influence from the mum.
Yeah.
So if she's not the one, like, engaging them in as to why he's away, then surely it's her fault. Because the kids aren't going to think it on, like, for their own, are they? Like...
Yeah, but do you think it's quite hard to convince a kid, even no matter what your mum says, that if he is only here once every 3 weeks, then it's quite hard to convince them this is really his home?
No, because it's little things though, like this. They could say like, oh, like mum and dad's bed, and this is like our family house, except dad has to go on holiday for 3 weeks of the month. Like, there's ways you can introduce it, I think, to a kid that makes it more like understandable for them. Like, I don't know. It's a tough one because it's probably not intentional from the mum. But now it's happened, I feel like she does come across as a bit of an arsehole.
I feel like she has a point with I asked him, what did he expect? But it's not the right thing to say.
No, not at all.
Like, he's obviously working long hours. He doesn't get to spend much time with...
If that was
It's
me,
not even just with his kids, presumably with his wife as well.
Yeah.
And then she's going, what did you expect? It's like...
As if, like, ungrateful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't sound like she works. It sounds like she's with the kids all the time.
Doesn't say, but it sounds like that.
So he's risking the opinions of his kids and the mum just to financially better off the people who were whinging at him for it.
So there's this bit as well. He's also blaming me partly for the situation because I'm the reason we don't live in the same city as his job's headquarters.
So she's refusing to move? Does that not mean she's refusing to move to the city?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Presumably, if she doesn't have a job, if she didn't, she might have a job, and maybe it's tough. But even if she does have a job, then does the man's job, presumably he's doing this because he gets paid a lot.
But then you'd think it's
does that not mean it's important? Maybe has she grown up in this town and she wants to stay there? Is that maybe the reason she wants to stick by? Because obviously it's going to be a lot easier if they just move.
Childcare factors and everything.
It's going to be, yeah, like maybe she has a job and the parents live nearby in this town and they're weighing up that versus moving to where he works.
Yeah. It's a tough one, only known.
Yeah.
The little paragraph of information.
Yeah.
But based
with the full context. Yeah.
I'm saying she's the arsehole. We finally got it, ladies and gentlemen. For me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I had one more thing to say.
What do you think though? If it was you and you're that dad, would you be pissed off?
Yeah. If I've brought it up. And all she said to me is, "What did you expect?" Yeah,
I'd think.
Well, I'd be annoyed, of course.
Why the fuck am I working all these hours?
Yeah,
for you to be ungrateful like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it'd work both ways though. Even if I was the house dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm saying arsehole, 100%. 110% Evo.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think from the man's perspective. Mm-hmm. Can you do that? Speak with your children more and be more of an influence when you are there to make this issue go away. But it's tough. So I think I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
And say that she,
4 episodes.
I don't want to call her an arsehole, even though that's what this whole thing's called. But
she's an arsehole.
She's in from this little context we have. She's more in the wrong, is what I'm going to say.
Arsehole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one.
Get in. What's that? 1 out of 4.
Lovely.
So I'm happy because, I like morally weird things.
Yeah. Yeah, this was an interesting one as well.
I think she's an arsehole. Because it's not good parenting, that, isn't it? You could have influenced and put little things in so that they didn't think that prior to it getting that far.
Do you think maybe the dads should sort of suck it up and just be appreciate that when the kids are a couple of years older, they'll get it?
That's a good point. Yeah, but it gets deeper though, because then it's abandonment and it feels like the dad's just fucking off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could grow up thinking fucking and he wasn't arsed, he was just fucking off all the time. When actually, he was working, and if their mum just said, look, he's doing this for us, he lives here, but he has to go on holiday and work, you know what I mean? He has to...
Yeah, that would be a good phrase, saying he's going on holiday.
Then it's instilling work ethic to the kids. They know they have to go out and work.
Yeah.
And it's making the dad that... It's showing them that he's going out to work and he's doing it for the kids.
Yeah. But the kids still think this is not his home. Yeah, that's the problem.
To me, that's because it's not talked to them enough about how it is his home. And like I said, it's little things like mum and dad's beds, Look,
here's the electricity bill. We jointly pay he pays part of this.
He pays all of it, it sounds like, isn't it?
Maybe.
Aye.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Thought I'd just put a little devil's advocate point in there.
Oh, 100%.
But I think we'll still stick with our original decision. Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think as well, because that's
comment.
A good... it's a good one to end on, I think. It's a bit... And it's not, silly or...
Yeah. Nice, okay. We'll end it there then. Thank you very much for listening or
Peace
watching.
Out, Girl Scout. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Well, I'm hungry and we want a burger to eat.
I'm tired, yeah.
And same as what I said before, I've got a train to catch.
Yeah.
So see you all next time.
The plan is as well.
Right.
After every scran, we're going to take pictures and let you guys...
Of the scran.
No, this is what I'm thinking. We'll do a list. Top Gear's old lap plans they did.
lap
fastest
times.
times.
Yeah.
And we can have a stand with the stuff on to say what was best.
Ooh.
We can rate it out of 10.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can get involved with that.
So we'll do a little segment at some point in the future where we're rating places we've already been.
Yeah, I assume you can find a stand easily enough.
Oh, you need magnets, don't you, really?
Yeah. Nice.
A
Okay.
magnetic whiteboard, and we can just...
Lovely.
Sick.
Nice.
Exciting. Thank you ever so much for listening.
Good night.
Peace out.